Hey, DC, Dave the Pickup Artist with you today here at the homestead in Waxonville. We're taking part in Jeff at Various Vinyls contest, 50 subs contest. He wants to see 5 records of bands that you've seen live, preferably during that specific tour. So yeah, I had to do a little bit of digging, but the first one on my list, Aerosmith, Permanent Vacation. This is pretty big, especially the tour for it, because it was kind of like their comeback. They kind of broke up a little bit after the 70s, and they came back together and put this album out, which I thought was a great album. I think this is their last really good album. So we got an insert on here. We got the lyrics. And we got the boys behind bars. The show was great. They did a couple tracks off this album. What really stands out is how loud it was. It was one of the loudest shows I'd been to. I was in the Navy at the time, and a couple of my friends from the ship, we went. It was at the old Veterans Coliseum here in Jacksonville. But yeah, that was a good show. I don't think that was the last album I really cared about Aerosmith. I love their 70s stuff. Let's see, he said we could show a CD too. I've got a Fish, Hampton Comes Alive. This is a 6 CD set that opens from both sides. And you've got, that's a 6 CD set. You've got the CDs in here. And it opens from this side too. This is from their 98 tour. I saw them in 98. This is in Hampton, but I saw them in Gainesville. And they're a great band to see live. They're one of those bands like the Grateful Dead used to be, where every show is different. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to see Fish live, you should. Next, we're back in the 80s. Black Sabbath, Mob Rules, and they toured with this. This is the second album with Dio, and I drugged my girlfriend down there. This is around 1981, and we went to the show in Columbus, Ohio. We drove down from Marion, Ohio. It's a great show. Enjoyed it. Let's see, before the show, we went to White Castle. Even back then, I was a big spender. But yeah, Dio was great to see live too. That was a good show. And well, the last 3 I have are Yes albums. About I think it was 8 years ago, they toured their big 3-album tour. Now what this was, I don't know if they picked fan favorites or the band's favorite LPs, but the 3-album tour was these 3 albums. First one is Yes, Going for the One. This is an Asian crossing. This is the album. They didn't use Roger Dean on this one. They went with Hypnosis. They kind of wanted to change their image, I guess. But it's a great album. The other album they did that night, this was at the Florida Theater in Jacksonville, was, of course, the Yes album. This has got the cool insert. Yeah, I kind of went off the beaten path with this one because I didn't actually see these tours. I was too young. But I did get to see Yes do these albums in their entirety. So I think that's pretty cool. And Close to the Edge, of course. That was their the last album they did that night. Great Roger Dean art. You got the sixth member is Eddie Offord, I believe his name is, the producer and engineer. But yeah, that was a great show. One of the best shows I've ever seen. They closed with Roundabout. They did 3 albums, and Roundabout was their encore. Great show. Love Yes. And that's all I've got. Hope your contest was successful, Jeff, and we will meet again. Take care, DC.